Hello folks, welcome to Yardie TV. It is Taste Buds and today we are making honey jerk smoked salmon. Have you ever had this before? If you'd like to know how to make it, guess what? Keep watching this video. Yeah man, we're jamming, I tell you.
Yeah, funks and rock.
Ooh yeah. Well, alright, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming.
So remember guys, if you want more videos such as these, remember to like and share and subscribe. Please subscribe, it will really help our channel out. Alright, let's begin. So we start out with some salmon. And we're using the previously frozen salmon. You can use fresh salmon if you so choose. We're also using salmon that the skins have been removed. You can use salmon that has the skins. That's up to you. What you want to do is you want to wash your salmon properly. And as you can see here, we're pat drying them to remove excess amount of water. All right. And that's the first step. The next thing that we want to do is prepare our brine. And today I'm using brown sugar for my brine. I believe you can use white sugar, but brown sugar is preferable. You want to use 4 parts brown sugar to 1 part table salt. All right, that's 4 parts brown sugar to 1 part table salt. In this case, I'm using 1 cup of brown sugar and I'm using 1/4 cup of table salt. And you want to add these together. The brine that I'm making is a dry brine, and so there is absolutely no liquid that will be necessary to add to this brine, okay? So this is the procedure. You're pretty much gonna add them together, and then for me, I'm always wanting to oomph up my thing a little bit, add a little bit more flavor, add a little bit more pizzazz, you know? So in this case, what better way to add flavor than to add some jerk seasoning? Yes, I'm gonna be adding some jerk seasoning to this, guys. Have to. And I'm using a dry jerk seasoning, and this is my own jerk seasoning that I made from scratch, and I've always had it at home. Guys, you can make your own jerk seasoning, and I'm gonna make sure to do a video to show you how that is done. I'm adding about a teaspoon of jerk seasoning because it's really spicy, and then I'm also adding some garlic powder to it, and that will also help with the, you know, the oomph. The little vibes. I'm also adding some lemon pepper, guys, because I really like how lemon pepper flavors my fish, and it's a little bit tangy, a little bit limey. It's nice. So I'm adding maybe about 1/2 teaspoon, and you want to mix this thoroughly and add this to your fish. Let's show you how. Now you want to prepare your container to hold your fish, and I'm using a glass container here. You can use stainless steel also. I'm using a casserole dish, guys, and please don't come for me. The casserole dish is a bit stainy, it's not dirty. I'm spreading my brine out on the bottom of the casserole dish, and I'm generously putting it down so that the fish can have a nice bed of brine to lay on. All right, and then the next step is that you're gonna start putting your fish down. And guys, make sure you put your fish down and space it out so that each piece of fish has its own little territory, and the brine can get to, you know, at least be absorbed correctly into each piece of fish. And once you have done that, the next step is you're gonna cover the remaining pieces of fish with whatever brine is left. You want to try to make sure that you cover almost as much as the fish as you possibly can. Even on the sides, guys, you want to try to get the sides touched with the brine as well. And once you have done that, you want to pat your fish down properly so that it's nestled into the brine. And guys, this is gonna stay as minimum as 4 hours and as maximum as overnight. Overnight is better, guys, so you want to do that. The next step is to cover your fish with clear wrap, saran wrap, or whatever, what's the name, plastic wrap. Yes, you can cover it with plastic wrap. And guys, I'm covering my fish 2 times. The first piece of wrap will go directly on top of the fish, so as to remove as much as possible the air that will be trapped inside of it. So you want to cover it down as much as possible. And then the next piece will cover the container, so to keep it airtight. And there you have it. Your fish is ready to go into your refrigerator. And guys, I'm going for overnight with this one. This is my first time making smoked salmon, and so I want to do a good job of it. So this is gonna go for overnight. Now I am preparing my rack, and this is gonna be what the fish is gonna be grilled on. And guys, you just want, I'm using a stainless steel rack here. You need something with holes in the bottom so that when you remove your fish from the marinade, it goes directly on a rack with holes. All right, now it's overnight. It's a next day, and I'm taking my fish out of the marinade now. Guys, look at the amount of water that has accumulated in my brine. Remember, this was a dry brine. Well, what the brine has done is removed all of the excess liquid that was trapped in the fish. One of the things that I should have done was I should have waited halfway through my marinating process and turned my fish over, which I did not do. So the bottom half of the fish is a little bit more cured than the top half. This is not a deal breaker. However, you can just, you know, turn it over and wait a little longer, or you can continue with the process. I'm continuing with the process. So the next step is we're gonna take our fish out of the brine, discard the brine, and we're gonna wash our fish. Guys, you want to wash it properly, not soak it, but wash it properly in cold water to get off all the excess brine, all the excess seasoning off your fish as much as possible. Once you have done that, you want to again pat your fish dry. And here I am spraying some olive oil spray on my grill. Even though it's a non-stick grill, I want to put some olive oil down just to avoid the excess sticking, if any. You want to pat your fish dry, and you want to place them on your rack. And guys, this is very important. You're gonna place your fish on the rack and leave them exposed for about maybe another half an hour. Then I want to make a glaze, and this is where the jerk come in now. Yes, I'm using some jerk seasoning, some lemon pepper, some honey, and a piece of lime to make a little bit of glaze, just to brush on top of my fish. You're using about a half a teaspoon of lemon pepper, using half of their lime, and you're also using your honey to make your glaze. And you can use about a tablespoon of honey. Yeah, depending on the amount of fish you have, you know, you work with it that way. All right, guys. So I'm using about a tablespoon of honey, maybe 2 tablespoons of honey. And you just want to mix this thoroughly, and then you're gonna brush this on your fish. All right. Now it has been about an hour
and
that my
as
fish
you can
was
see,
laid
guys,
out,
I put the
and it is
fire over
totally
one
dry,
side,
guys. It's
and
super
I leave
dry.
one side
The next thing I'm
open.
gonna start now is
So
prepare
what's
my
gonna
grill.
happen is
And as you
the
can see,
fish
I've
is gonna
put
stay
the
right
coals
about
to one
here,
side. I have some
and
oak wood
the
chips
fire will
that I have
burn.
on top of
The
it,
hotter it
and
will
the
get,
oak
it
wood
will
chips
get up
is to
more as
make
the coal
smoke. Right here
is lit, and I
is where
put
I'm
some
gonna
oak
put my
wood in
fish.
it.
So my
And
fish
the
will
oak wood
not
is
be
gonna
on the
add
direct
flavor, but
flame.
it's also gonna
It will
give
be
it
to
give us
one
the smoke.
side. All right.
Alright,
And I'm
so what
using,
I'm doing
as I
now
said
is
before,
just
the
waiting
oak
on the
wood
fire
will
to,
add
you know, catch a little bit more,
smoke,
and then I'm gonna
and
get the fish and
charcoal
put the fish
bricks
right
will
around
add
here, so
heat.
it's gonna
So
cold
smoke
smoke
and
to some
heat,
extent.
indirect
The smoke,
heat,
when I lock the grill
is
down, the
what's gonna
smoke is
cook your
gonna
fish.
come
So
over
the
and
fish will
flood
be
it,
all the
and
way
it's
over
gonna
this
stay
side,
there for about 2
not on the
hours,
fire any at all.
and it's gonna
Alright.
do its thing. All right, so this is just the fire I'm preparing right here. You can prepare your fire however you choose, but get some type of wood, you know, to add
and I'm
to
just waiting
the
on my fire
so
to
that
go up a little
it smokes.
bit, you know, to get a little bit more intense. You want to smoke this at about 150 degrees, and from that, when you reach that level, you're ready. All right, guys, so I'm ready now. Here what I'm doing now, I'm adding my glaze to the top of my fish. Yes, and guys, I tasted the glaze and it is awesome. All right, so you're just gonna add some glaze to the top of your fish, and then we are ready to put our fish on the grill. Put our fish on the grill. Yes, man. And guys, this it has hardened up somewhat. It is much more sturdy than it was before, and the flavors are just to die for, I promise you guys. So you want to make sure that you glaze every area of your fish, at least on the top area. You want to make sure that it's glazed properly, because the glaze is what's gonna bring a lot of flavor. And to this glaze, I'm also gonna sprinkle a little bit more of my jerk seasoning, because I want that little peppery kick. So after I put on the honey and the lemon pepper and the lime, I'm gonna also sprinkle a little bit of my jerk seasoning on top of all of this to make sure that it is, yeah, banging, kicking, and peppery and nice. And guys, you don't have to use a lot here. I'm just sprinkling a few little, you know, morsels of it on. You don't have to overdo it, because you really want the flavor of the fish to come through. You don't want to kill that smoke flavor by putting too much pepper on your fish at this time. So now I have my fish on the grill, guys, and as you can see, I have the flames over to one side and the fish over to another side. Now the best thing to do with this is to put it in a smoker. However, we are using our grill, it's gonna work. What you want to do is just keep the fish away from the flame. After about an hour or so, I take my fish out and I add a little bit more glaze to my fish. And at this time, you can finish up by decorating your plate and making things nice, or you can put it on a little bit longer, depending on how much of a firmness you want with your fish. Guys, remember, this is originally smoked salmon, and so you're not gonna try to get it to be like regular meat. It's supposed to have like a cure type of vibe. It's supposed to come off like ham, so to speak. I'm just making sure it looks good at this time, because guess what? My salmon is done. Yes, yes, yes. You can have this with rice. You can have this with vegetables. You can have this as a salad. You can make a smoked salmon dip. You can use it in many different ways. Guys, I'm just making sure my plate look good, and we're gonna dive in. So if you want to make this, guys, I'm gonna have the ingredients in the description box. You can check it out and just follow the video, the tutorial on the video for the procedure. And here we have it, our finished smoked salmon with honey jerk glaze. Awesome looking salmon. I'm just adding some tomatoes and nicing it up, you know. The wifey can't wait to dig into this one. And guys, I am so happy that it turned out well. So this is it for taste buds. Our honey jerked smoked salmon is ready and waiting to be devoured. Remember again to like, share, and subscribe to Yardie Belly TV for more videos such as this one. And remember, we go live on Thursdays as well. Guys, remember, you can click our shop now page to visit our merch store, and just keep on going with Yardie Belly TV. Please comment what you'd like us to cook next. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching.